The Texans this season, D'Amico Ryans, they are 0-5 in one-score games. Jackson, an identity, snapped a two-game losing streak with that win over the Raiders. Jacked up. Week 3, it was a 17-10 win for the Texans over the...
Combe is 1-0, so he's trying to tell his team, this is how we turn this thing around. I know it's 3 and close the door on the Houston Texans playoff chances.
It's going to be Cam Little, the Damian Pierce. Pierce has an opening, but he is spun down short of the 35-yard line. That's where he won. He has a bunch of starts, 25 of them at the quarterback position. But since C.J. Stroud has been a Texan.
But if you're looking for some hope as a Texans fan, 2-1 against Jacksonville. And something to notice for Texans fans as well.
Suffered it last week. The quick hitter to Nico Collins. Mills told us it's 11 yards.
Yeah, and looking at this matchup today, the red zone has been the issue for the Houston Texans. Worst red zone, but the fewest sacks in the NFL with only 10. Those edge rushers today are going to want to stop the run so that they can get
in the NFL. Fake the handoff. Mills steps up. Mills on the move. Sideline throw. It's handled. The question, not get it inbounds.
One down. Nope, not going to get the second. Good defense there, just helping. It's comfortable pass to Nico Collins to get him in a rhythm and get your quarterback off to a comfortable start.
Look at the ones, the game plan built around his strengths and maybe some of the things that he's had success doing in the past. Arian Jones, turnover. Houston, Jacksonville living up to the scouting report early.
Many recently, but boy, what a start against a backup quarterback to try and crush that confidence out. But just a beautiful job reading and reacting. Horrible start for the Houston.
Jarian Jones, in his second year from Florida State, a third-round draft pick, gets the party.
And now Liam Cohen and the offense are going to go out there and try and capitalize. You have your normal first 15, but sometimes in a...
Lawrence has ETN behind him, his former college teammate at Clemson. The handoff. Numbers are not eye-popping by any stretch offensively, but it is a new system, and it's one that Trevor Lawrence has said he's really...
And how much he's had to learn. There's cans, there's checks, there's all these different things at the line of scrimmage. He's in charge of the entire offense.
Shotgun formation on a 2nd and 7. Lawrence. Bullock with a sliding attempt along the sideline. Incomplete. Johnny Munt
reads the outbreaker, goes towards the sidelines, just can't hang on to it. Show down here in Houston, and they're going to need to be once again today.
So this is a Lawrence. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. Will Anderson Jr.
Will Anderson, off this side of your screen over here, you'll see he's just going to do a simple rip move right around the edge. He was hand hitting the elbow of Trevor Lawrence.
Cam Little, 68-yard field goal, the longest in NFL history. This is a 55-yard attempt. Little, penalty marker at the 37-yard line. Our referee today, 22. Currently points on the board.
Personal, an automatic first down.
So take the point off the board to Nico Autry, who has made a thing now for Jacksonville.
This really does. The Houston defense stood up to it, held him to a field goal, and you talked about the block he knows how to use, but this technique seems to have gone a little too far on the protected snapper.
22-yard line.
In the middle of the screen here, it's just that center is protected. You can't go in there and hit him in the header. Now the defense has to go back out and try and stand up once again.
So new life here for the Jaguars. Tackle inside the 15. That's a gain of 8. Brought down by E.J. Speed.
Percentage, which is second worst in the NFL. Now, he admits part of that's on him, and then obviously they have 30 drop defense. They need to be a little bit better in the red zone. They're great everywhere, but something to work on.
They're going Wildcat here up the middle and fooled nobody. No gain on the play. Let's check in with Evan.
Yeah, and JJ's point is a good one. It's a touchdown they've allowed in the red zone. He said they might not have been happy with me, but as good as they've been, as much as we've talked about them,
that's that we haven't been covering, guys. It's just they're making a play. And at the end of the day, somebody has to make a play.
Running play doesn't get there. ETN stopped for no gain by Danielle Hunter.
Out the field goal team here. Zone read, Danielle Hunter not fully buying that Trevor Lawrence was going to keep this one.
Coach also calls the plays for Jacksonville. So they had a field goal that was on the board, 32 yards. It's automatic. Jacksonville takes a 3-0 lead thanks to a certainly established the run, mostly in the second half. They finished with 151 rushing yards against Vegas to get that win by one score. Smith, the return man. Another turnover for the Texans.
Nightmare start for Houston.
Peel off the pile. There's a fight underneath.
Just a punch. A really well-placed punch. Field position here to try and capitalize after only getting a field goal off the first turnover.
By Miller, and Strigo jumped on top of it. Jacksonville will take
out there for what feels like the majority of this game so far, obviously, and see if they can hold them to a field goal.
Little shake and bake move from ETN. Picks up 3 yards on the play. Good block for move to that left guard position. Cleveland out with knee and ankle trouble for Jacksonville. When we asked D'Amico Ryans about Petrie, he said, yeah, we got to change things.
He said we have to, that Jalen Petrie brings.
2nd down and 7. Keep it on the ground. ETN driving to get the 11-yard gain going right up the gut.
A great job by the Jacksonville offensive line creating a hash. He's able to cut back. And that's a big chunk against this Texans D.
Jacksonville trying to cash in. To the 2. It's a 3-yard pickup.
And Liam Cohen talked. And so down here on the goal line, you'd imagine he's going to lean on that offensive line again to try and punch this one. Their defense after in terms of toughness and tenacity.
They go jumbo here with Edoga. But man, Jacoby Myers, touchdown. Flag is down.
There's a lot going on.
55.
Down. Edoga, the guilty party on the false start.
Early, and ref spots it. Takes away the Jacoby Myers first touchdown.
These have been an issue for Jacksonville this season. Lawrence sets, throws, it's through the hand.
It's yet another drop for that Jacksonville team who's had percentage 59%, 32nd in the NFL. Those drops certainly don't help.
From the 7.
Watch these edges. Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson Jr.
If the end zone, it's handled. Parker Washington. Fantastic grab for the touchdown.
Closer look and see if he slapped that second foot down. It looks like he might have. Incredible job going up for the ball. What a job tapping that right foot. This will be a great angle at it.
Ironically, heck of a grab.
The body control, the strength to be able to get that foot back in bounds and tapped.
Has worked so hard to learn every wide receiver position to make himself more valuable with that next man up.
Have good coverage. They have 2 guys right there, but somebody made a play, and it was Jacksonville.
And it has been. Lawrence told us he trusts Washington. He knows how versatile he is. Jacksonville has got the lead in Houston. We're back with continue to serve. Visit NFL.com/salute to learn more about the NFL's impact with its salute to Joel and Berrios deep. This will be Berrios for the Texans. For Jacksonville, it was gloomy for the Jaguars last season. 4 wins. They had 9 for this franchise. Coming into today, 5 wins, 15 takeaways, already have 2.
But obviously already 2 here today, clearly getting back to those turnover ways.
One of 2 wins, Gardeck. And a loss of 3.
Dennis Gardeck off the edge. They're trying to kick him out. It's too far underneath it. Just too fast for the pulling guard. So
Trevor Lawrence, of course, with the flowing locks. It's been part of his trademark. Shot very close to a first down. Just short. Trayvon Walker with a tackle. 12.
For Chicago, 7-0. And look, it's snowing in Chicago. Football weather.
It's going to turn, which it is in many parts of the country. Marks is still down after that. Use his speed.
Yeah, D'Amico Ryans talked about trying to get him out on the edge. Physical, run it between the tackles, run it in on the goal line. I think they might be realizing that.
Down. The running back, Woody Marks, did get up on his own. Steps in on a 3rd and 1. They give it to the veteran, and he picks up the first down. Out near midfield, concussion. He's not the only player that the Texans are missing on that offensive line. No Ed Ingram, no Titus Howard, and stepping into that spot, had that opening drive interception.
Yeah, Jones filling in very nicely, getting himself comfortable on the first drive, guys.
Mills slings it on a short pass to Christian Kirk. He is the former Jaguar.
Is in this offense right now. This is a progression-based offense, which means you're looking at your first read. If it's not there, you're moving for those second, third looks longer down the field if that first one's open.
2nd down and 7. Mills short. The catch is made by Chubb for 5 yards.
And he's going to have his way right here with City So. Pressures Davis Mills and then takes a big hit into the team sacks.
Second man in was Strigo, who put the hit on Mills after the pressure from Armstead. Throw it to the sideline, and it's caught by Schultz, former college teammates at Stanford. And that's
Davis Mills, like you said, Ian, finds his former Stanford teammate. He said they eat lunch together every at his buddy and say he's not necessarily beating a lot of people with speed out there.
He didn't mention it.
Feels comfortable.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's where you can go next level. New set of downs. Marks is back in. The penalty marker feels like it's coming back. 5-yard gain.
Offense number 57, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Fisher right here, the extra offensive lineman. There's just going to be an inside move, and he doesn't handle it well. Grabs the inside.
This season, fewest in the NFL. It's certainly been a topic of conversation among the defenders on this team.
Then it puts you in bad positions, but make no mistake, defensive linemen want sacks.
Swing pass, Knoll, and it's behind the line. It's the 41.
Is my guess. I think we had a receiver on the
sideline.
Pass interference.
Find out exactly what they wanted to do.
2nd down.
This is what you're going to see, the block downfield. That's just the ball in the air. Here.
So it was Nico Collins who was trying to create some extra space. 2nd and 21. Mills. And the fans have not liked what they've seen so far. That's a loss of 5.
Division opponent. They have a chance to sweep you for the first time since 2017. You know that any turnovers early, you drop a snap. There's just not a lot of reason for confidence right now, and you just got to give these.
Mills, 3rd and forever. He's going to run, gets back some of the yards, but he's chucked down. 7-yard gain, and Houston will punt it. 5. Team has made the playoffs each of Ryan's first 2 years as a head coach. Ryan, for his team, has been eyes forward, go out and hunt. Parker watching the defensive column, but even that, D'Amico Ryan said, we got to do more.
Yeah, there's quite the clear contract, playoffs or finish with a losing record.
Jacksonville takes over, fake the handoff. Lawrence is on to handle himself throughout this week, jumping into this situation. He's known as a pro's pro to begin with. Teammates, what you're all about.
Yeah, the first thing people talk about is he catches everything, which is exactly what this Jacksonville off. 5% of our entire offense down. Didn't come out of the huddle wrong once. Didn't miss a single play in practice.
Major speed at 5'9", 206. Picks up 6 yards.
Isaiah Williams, 74 yards to the house. Jets, first team with a punt return and kick return for a touchdown in the...
All right, special teams highlights.
That's one way to do it against a great defense in Cleveland.
To Tootin. Picks up 5. Al Shire with the tackle.
Brown on a crosser opening up, but he elected to take the safe, smart move, which is something that he talked to us about yesterday. But that was a good play design there, and they might come back to it, seeing how open Brown was.
They do not have to snap it. NCIS Origins at 8, 7 Central, followed by NCIS. The sequence of plays in that opening quarter, but Jacksonville doing its job, which is probably the best way to...
Star of the show there in that first quarter. The Texans defense once again here trying to stand up, give that offense the ball back. But the overtime game and having to stop a 2-point conversion, the Chiefs game where Trevor Lawrence stumbled his way in, they're just fine.
And the ball is free! Jacksonville pounced on it. Well, that's good. Miserable.
This is a great example of what the Texans defensive front is. Will Anderson Jr., for some reason, was being blocked by a tight end for that entire play one-on-one. That matchup is not going to be...
Squeeze it right to the very end, but lost it. Dump off underneath LaQuint Allen. The rookie Jaguars will punt.
And Danielle Hunter breaking a little bit of a slump for him. He's had 10-plus sacks. So you know there's a weight off his back with that one.
That is now 44 sacks for Hunter since Noel waiting, brings it in cleanly, circles, looking for an 83-yard punt. 8-yard return. Abdullah, the tackle on special teams. Texans defensive.
Very excited about this.
I'm getting slime, Mom.
Mom, look at me, I'm slimy.
First down here for Houston of 2. Let's check in with Evan Washburn.
Yeah, guys, after that last series, Davis Mills was dealing with some legitimate swelling in there, so the swelling doesn't affect his grip strength. And that was one thing he was doing on the sideline once he got the sleeve on there. Graham Mertz is the backup to Mills. He's the rookie 6th rounder out of Florida.
Yeah, he's got a baseball-sized swelling.
Mills looks downfield, trying to avoid the rush. He does. Buys time, throws on the move, and put the heat on Davis Mills.
Very impressive stiff arm with that left elbow. We're talking some double coverage there. Lucky to not have that one picked off.
So the backup QB in there because of the injury to C.J. Stroud, the concussion he suffered last week.
Delay game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Fans in the building, letting them hear it right now. Just not smooth is the way to put it, Ian. Just not an issue. He handles it all well. He gets in and out of the huddle. He gets up to the line. But so far today, we've got a drop snap.
He is Nick Caley in his first year. And Mills goes down.
Really nice TT stunt inside, which is both defensive tackles, which you would think is an advantage. But Jacksonville's stunt is able to use it against them and create a...
Townsend punting from his own end zone. Parker Washington backpedals. Townsend. Parker Washington! He's going the distance! Touchdown! Tate. He's been a one-man wrecking crew today.
Toe tap touchdown early, and then says, that's not enough. Let me go ahead and take this punt to the house. Houston, really.
Punt return for a touchdown in his career. Little tacks on the extra point, and it is Washington takes the plunge. He's alive and well. Paramount Plus. 2 touchdowns today for Parker Washington. 1 in a receiving for the Houston Texans. This team has a tough time scoring to begin with, and now with the backup challenge is getting a little bit larger. Little booms it through the back of the end zone. Started in Georgia with Trevor Lawrence and Davis Mills. They were 1 year apart. Mills was a lot of success. One moved on to Clemson, the other to Stanford. But they played on it. I was impressed by Davis.
He was. I was impressed that there's a 6th grade All-Star game in.
No, finally something for Houston with a downfield connection for
the edge, fake it, and then put a route right in front of his face, wide open to Knoll that he can hit to get it going here down in a deep 17-0 hole early.
So it's a first down at the 38. Dalton Schultz and 2 defenders collide.
1,000 things, right?
It does.
There is no chance they're only a
drive by Marks. He is stood up. Not going to go down. 4-yard pickup.
Trevor Lawrence going suns out, guns out. Those guns. Much respect. I mean, look. Wow. 3rd down and 1 here. But different paths. Davis Mills with Clemson, including a national championship. They need a yard. Huge hole.
Woody Marks! And a shot in the arm for the Houston offense. 21-yard rip.
There's going to be a huge hole on this left. All that space. And then Woody Marks takes advantage. Your wide receivers get in and dig out those.
But the red zone has been the Achilles heel for the Houston offense. Can they change that? Pickup. The red zone roadblock for Houston. The numbers have been very ugly despite ourselves.
They've also tried to just ram the ball in with their running game. Like I said earlier, trying to be that scrimmage. And then they finally possibly get in with the quarterback sneak and get the penalty. So we'll see if they can do it here.
Add an extra lineman. Incomplete.
3 guys on Nico Collins there. And there's a guy running open the other direction. Generally on the throwback was coming wide open on the left. Just didn't see him.
3rd and goal for the Texans. Houston in desperate need of points. Floater up top, over the shoulder. Attempt by Collins.
For that play saying where? Because all these guys up here, they want to know, where should I slide it? Where should I slide it? Because he has the shortest path to Davis Mills. If you give him even a second, he can get some sort of comp.
Right, who was just signed to the practice squad, elevated because of the injury to Fairbairn. Right quad injury. This is a 23. And the Texans have their first points of the day. They trail 17-3 in the second.
NFL rosters. He's been on and off practice squads. And I thought, guys, Frank Ross, the special teams coordinator for the Texans, his role. He's going to come in a game, a 2 or 3, and then he's out, but he's comfortable with it.
And Evanville didn't work out.
Those are very different roles. Kicking a football
in line. And a penalty marker gets thrown on the play. LaQuint. In honor of the NFL Salute to Service Initiative, the Houston Texans hosted service members and first Texans rookies were on hand. Defensive tackle Mario Edwards Jr. was there. They served as coaches for the day. Houston's first responders. Jaguars have a 17-3 lead. Legs churning and nearly broke away. First down run for ETN for 14.
The offensive line clears a path, and ETN right down the hash just takes it.
On the play at safety MJ Stewart. So we've been through the litany of injuries that to help fill that role. Damon Arnett elevated as well. The window of opportunity in the NFL. When you win and win consistently, it just feels like, oh, we're just going to wait. You don't catch any breaks. You lose close games. And all of a sudden, everything that seemed very
unfortunate, and also a very thin second to the Texans.
So as mentioned, they did activate Miles Bryant for this one. He's a 6-year veteran. It's a first down for Jacksonville, just short of the 40. Stick with the ground. ETN. No doubt Jacksonville has made a concerted effort to try to establish the ground game and that physical mentality. Sideline.
Yeah, like you said, they're trying to establish that. And just look at this graphic here. 18 plays today, 17 points. Had that many opportunities on offense, and they've already got 17 points.
Lawrence throws it into a crowd, and it's ruled incline, and flags are down.
Here's those big plays we were talking about. Beautiful touchdown early, and the punt return to the house. It's just been the story of
So Lassiter started celebrating after making the play. Officials back and forth with Toon, the rookie out of Virginia Tech.
Offensive player, but either way, a tough one for the Texans defense, who needs to do everything in their
team with 6:51 to go in this first half. This was the hit, and
that's standing over him.
That was the reaction.
Believe it or not,
Washington, the intended receiver, and a flag is down.
They're going to at him, which makes it difficult. He doesn't know if he's going to cut inside or outside. And by the time he makes that fast cut, there's just what you're trying to scheme up as an offensive play caller. And they got it there. Trevor Lawrence recognized it and tried to take it.
Tootin remains in there. Tootin is driven backwards.
Togiai flashes some speed here as he goes around the back. A lot of credit to the edge. Daniil Hunter set an edge through a double team to turn the play back into Togiai.
Felt like America needed it. 2nd and 15. Movement on that left side of Jackson. Send it to Evan.
Guys, it's a knee injury for MJ Stewart. He is out.
All right, thanks, Evan. The Houston Texans weekly hit this week. C.J. Stroud on offense, Jalen Petrie on defense. Lawrence. So he picks up 5. Tremon Smith got in there defensively for Houston.
Mess in there, and he just slips through. Travis Etienne said when Trevor uses his legs, we're a different team. Ending up a great situation here in 3rd and 15 still, but at least got them into something closer to field goal range.
I mean, Lawrence is going to keep. Flags are down, and the play is whistled dead. There was a jump on the right side.
Right
False
tackle.
start. Offensive.
They would be.
67, he's made it. Top of your screen, right tackle. Yeah, just the advantage you can. And sometimes that means you leave a little bit early.
Jacksonville on a 3rd and 20. Lawrence caught at the 34-yard line. They picked up 15 yards.
Let's take a look here, see if great look from our crew here. I don't think there's enough there to overturn that one.
Plunging it. So this would have been a 53-yard attempt.
I'm just not sure there's going to be an angle that shows you a definitive look that's actually what kept it off the ground. Or you could make the argument that it did touch the ground.
Seconds after this. Field was a completed pass, setting up a field goal attempt for Little. Brown.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
Yeah, there was nothing definitive that would tell you that he trapped it.
Gene's job is not that hard.
Let's get you into a boot camp, maybe a development program.
That doesn't sound fun.
No.
Referee boot camp.
Cam Little. The range is basically, and he curls it through. Jacksonville builds on the lead. Little looks so normal, and so Jacksonville once again just doing what needs to be done. Big smile for Little, and it's 20-3 Jaguars. Next couple of months.
Yeah, you know, as I sit here, I'm thinking that a lot of things wouldn't take me out of retirement.
Is there a giant blob at the ref boot camp that I could jump on and launch somebody into the water, Gene? Because I'd like to,
clear and obvious stuff and, going to the ground, the good things. We'll start early.
I'd like to throw a flag one time. I have heavyweights and Ben Stiller leading the boot camp.
So right now, Houston is just trying to numbers offensively. Talking about 95 yards of offense for Houston, 76 yards of offense.
And again, if you're Nick Caley in the offense, because Texans fans are sitting here saying that was our...
Mills does roll and hits his man. Jalen Higgins
stepped in, moving the pocket. Get Davis Mills on the run, move the offensive line to help stop the pass rush. Going.
Mills is 9 of 14, 78 yards, had an interception on the opening drive. This offense is ranked 19th total offense, 24th in scoring. Mills, it's a touch pass, first down, Houston.
Just a great job by Davis Mills with the back shoulder fade. He sees that they've got and make the easy catch.
It's a 19-yard completion. Mills trying to work flag down.
Now I'm a defensive end. If that's right.
15-yard penalty, an automatic first down.
Why don't we take a second look?
Let's take a second look. Remember, it's actually from up here looks like a very clean hit, but this angle I think might show you that it's up near the crown of your head. I mean, it's very tough, man. You can't go low, you can't go high. I understand it.
It places Houston at the 20-yard line of Jacksonville. Mills has time, delivers downfield, catches.
All timing here. Davis Mills gets this ball out before Nico Collins even turns his head. In this void in the zone defense, and Davis puts it right on him.
Number 57.
And Houston now mounts left. Once again, the Texans are knocking on the door into 6. They trail the Jaguars 20-3 late second quarter. Coming up for Ryzen Halftime Report. JB in the game. The latest NFL scores, highlights, all coming up for Ryzen Halftime Report. It's a first and goal for Houston. On a give, Marks trying to break away. Line, Gardeck and Wingard combined to bring him down.
Jacksonville opting not to try and stop the clock and get another drive. You could certainly do it either way and make an argument either way, but here we go.
Second and goal, go to the outside. Marks, he gets there for the touchdown. Even though it's been so hard for Houston.
They decided to go to the edge. A little pin pull that let's try something different. Give them credit for adapting and adjusting because it wasn't working before.
There was the rookie Ursery who had a block there on the outside from the left tackle position. 20-10. Jaguars now lead the Texans. 1:19 to play. Second quarter. We're back in 30 seconds. They are playing Houston for the second time. They are yet to play Indianapolis or Tennessee so far this season.
But the Colts with a big win over in Berlin this morning.
Jonathan Taylor down as he crosses the 35. Penalty marker is down at the 37. And 2 in the first half on Jacksonville 5 against the Texans.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 33.
That is Tootin. Just called his number. Not exactly sure. It looked like realized it the moment he went down.
Yeah, I think Brian.
There is no foul on the play. First round.
For Tootin. Jogging off.
It's always interesting to me.
Yep.
There, you threw the flag. But something to consider here, Ian, is Jacksonville chose not to use a timeout on that goal line scenario. 3 timeouts is plenty of time. And of course, they have a great field goal kicker, so they can get in range quickly. But something to part is that they called out number 33, Tootin, who was injured on the play.
Lawrence throws. It's popped up in the air. Mon Smith.
Sticky coverage from Smith. Runs the route right with him. 11 on 11 to be able to spot it and catch it, just not in bounds.
76 yards of offense. Lawrence. It's offline. Incomplete. Washington felt the yard line. Stingley in coverage.
Pass interference. Defense number 24.
Let's take a look at Stingley here. You can make the argument that things like that happen on plays all the time, but the back judge on the side.
1:04 to go. First half. From the 40.
I want you to punch in the chest and then the dip and rip around the corner for the sack. He's just, if you were built.
Second sack of the day for Hunter. Jacksonville not using its timeouts. Lawrence will step up. Washington ducks out of bounds, really close to first down yardage.
I feel like he should have just reached the ball. Going to be short. I mean, he certainly could have gotten the first down. He just kind of stood there and danced at the marker.
They have lost a whole lot of time, and obviously there's some strategy in here of how they've used their timeouts. They're down and 1. They're going to get it with Lawrence.
Now they'll call the timeout. 17 seconds. Who's one earlier on this drive?
Verizon halftime report is coming up. Matt Ryan's ready. JB very pensive. It's coming up on the Verizon halftime report.
I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I wouldn't mind seeing a couple yards, either a penalty or a sack, and a 72-yarder.
He nailed a 70-yarder in the preseason. That opened everybody's eyes around the NFL. Jacksonville, they're at the Houston 49. Lawrence will soft.
Stingley said no field goals for anybody. He had the penalty earlier for the interception. He's going to come off the right side of your screen, and look at him undercut this route. And then backs in the NFL.
And now flip it with one big play. Houston will have a chance at some deem a makeable field goal for him, which is basically anywhere within 70 yards. They have 2 timeouts.
So you can throw the ball anywhere, across the middle, wherever you want.
Mills using a lot of time out at the 44.
Now you're looking at Hail Mary here, which Davis Mills has done. I can promise you Walker's going to try and claim it. And you make every argument possible. I don't know if he's going to win that one, though.
Second charge, timeout of a half, Jacksonville. It will be 30 seconds.
It was deemed that Antonio Johnson was the clean.
Do not care as much about sacks as defensive linemen. So just giving you some insight, and they say it's mine. You cool with that?
Yeah.
You know.
Can you gift it?
could you tell them actually that you thought I was the reason for the year?
There's no one necessarily going through each game's log.
No, nobody sees. No, so good for them.
4 seconds left. Jacksonville just playing.
False start. Offense number 77. 5-yard penalty.
Now I don't know if we got the arm here.
It's been rocky. That was.
Could be the throw and pitch and pitch and pitch, or.
Yep. 4 seconds on the clock. Jacksonville thought, hey, at the very least, we're getting a field. Mills. Step. Throw downfield. Crowd is down. Cheer from the crowd, but that's about it.
Yep.
It's our job to clean it up. The big key is they are winning games, and they're winning close games. The second half. Kick from right, return from Tootin, and he with Liam Cohen.
Hey, Coach, up 10, but just 87 yards of offense. How do you be more effective starting with this first?
The runs, and then we're getting ourselves backwards a few times in some of the known passing situations. So, got to stay back.
And just turned 40 years old yesterday in his first year as a head coach in the NFL. Lawrence play act, tackle made by Kamari Lassiter, who leads this team in tackles. The last time a cornerback has led.
I want you to watch just how far Lassiter goes on this play. This is why he's leading the team in tackles, and he's the only corner to.
Jacksonville facing a 2nd and 6. First possession, second fall forward for a pickup of a yard. Brings up 3rd down. First half possessions, got that field goal off the turnover, got a touchdown. Imagined how this would go. They are going against the top-rated defense in the NFL.
Everybody
open, catch made. Jacoby Myers walks the tightrope. The question will be if it was acquired. He is a vacuum.
There's a miscommunication here. Scrimmage. That means it's man-to-man everywhere else. And when you screw up the motion like that, it creates a wide.
Everything thrown his way is really smart. And the way he described it, he runs friendly routes for the quarterback. Speed of Parker Washington. It was Lassiter who took the brunt of it. And then
the sideline is a player on the Jaguars. You see a guy who very easily could turn out of bounds and just step out. Line riled up, and you could see it on that Jacksonville side.
yeah, Washington showing that he's more than just a slot. 2nd and 6. Lawrence looks that way, hits ETN. It's up 15 yards, eventually tackled by Miles Bryant.
The Texans are sitting into a zone across the middle, and I believe that was his responsibility out there in the flat. And a huge
Trying to get himself upright. Stingley with the one-handed interception. ETN Tucson was Derek Stingley Jr. Went to the sideline into the blue tent. Tremont on the move. Lawrence as Miles Bryant makes the play. Stingley working out along the sideline.
tacked or possibly defensive holding in the backfield for the Texans. Defensive backfield, obviously.
Speed called on the illegal contact.
All right, I want to go back. He's going to look out here to the flat, but then he's going to make this quick look inside, and Al-Shaair immediately stops, going out to a tiny little head turn, but it's those little things that make a huge difference.
Lawrence steps up. Lawrence tries to spin out of trouble. Dylan Horton will get credit for the tackle.
This is just impressive by Trevor because the Texans defense contained. He just finds the only little rush lane there is and breaks out. Great job
For Houston. This is a 2nd down and 6 now for the Jaguars. 2 yards to the 15. Tackle made by To'o. Down to Evan.
It's his right lower body, guys. Again, playing through it right now. No added tape that I can see, but it's that.
They are and what they do. One of the premier corners in the NFL. They signed him to a 3-year, 9. Knocked down. Now, this Houston defense is completely legit.
Autry phenomenal at blocking kicks. Also sees Trevor's front hand come off the ball and bats it up in the air.
So they forced Jacksonville into a field. 2nd year from Arkansas. Doing it on offense. Washington to 6-3 on the season. They've got the lead in Houston. Also looking for the season sweep. Haven't done that. Berrios is deep with Pierce. And this will be Berrios. Back around on out.
Did he attend Gene's boot camp?
He did.
Did he go on the block?
First down.
He won the tetherball competition.
Oh, nice. No idea how to play. Just hit it as hard as you can.
Just a pull.
Half. They did a little screen game trying to get something happening quickly. Then they moved the pocket to get Davis Mills outside of here. So they got something going a little bit at the end of that. Look for those types of plays to keep it.
Mills throws complete to the 45 to Nico Collins.
Yeah, 104 yards and 1 touchdown versus the Jags in week 3. Clearly.
Against Jacksonville, over 100 yards receiving for Nico Collins. 2nd down and upfield, and he's ridden down at the play at the 47, so that's a 2-yard pickup.
Gardeck out on the edge, and then your nose tackle in the middle. Both are just going to have great success against their blocking defense there from those two guys.
Gardeck, a great success story. Really was a special teams. Is handled by Schultz. Crossing midfield for a 1st down on a 3rd and 3. They can
Field, and they hide Dalton Schultz underneath, and he gets out in front of Dave. Throws.
Well, the numbers actually look pretty good for Davis Mills. He did have a 51 yards and a pick. Marks trying to get to the outside. He does. 2 games with a calf injury, makes the tackle.
This was just purely making a play by Woody Marks, and you have to have some serious quickness and agility to do that, which he clearly does.
Woody Marks, known as Woody, rookie out of USC. Fake the handoff. It was Higgins the intended target, but Busta Brown was step for step.
The little hook right there of that right arm, which is very similar to a flag that was called the other way in the first. Don't get the reciprocal flag there.
So it sets up a 3rd down and 5. 7:32 to go in the 3rd. As well, Mills, the pass is dropped. Dalton Schultz would have had the 1st down, and then
play going. Woody Marks picked up Lloyd, the blitzer. Mills puts it right where it needs to be.
They are going for it on 4th and 5. Their options.
I tell you what, Jarian Jones is having himself a little bit of a day. He started out hot with the interception.
The amazing shots of today's game are provided by Nationwide. Lead over the Texans. Running play to ETN, and he is.
EJ Speed just playing great linebacker ball there. Following the fullback, takes him right to the.
Matt Burke doing excellent work with this. Won the close games this season. Jacksonville has. Lawrence gets rid of it at the last moment, and it's handled along
the exact reason they brought him in is because he catches the football. And look, his eyes were closed because they're living up to the reputation of a great catcher of the football.
That terrific grab by Myers. They're very close to 1st down yardage. And challenging the spot on the field. They don't believe they got the best spot.
Was challenging the rolling on the field that the runner was short of the line of game. The previous play is under further review.
Forward progress technically when he catches it. Maybe we get Gene to tell us when the exact moment.
Cohen has won the challenge. Ruling on the field has been changed
during the commercial, and the forward progress is as soon as that ball is in his possession, that defender is.
You're going to kill it at the boot camp.
Oh, I think I have a good head start. Can I get AP credits? Like,
yes. Wisconsin transcript. Lawrence out of the pocket, flag is down as
it's going to be a hold on 70 here.
That's Van Lannen.
Holding. Offense number 70.
Demeanor when he delivers the news.
We're going to see it's going to be when there's a change of direction. And it's, yep, shakes his head. Frustrated. As a defensive lineman, I think there's holding. Always hold. But they're very good at it. They disguise it very well.
1st and 20 now for Jacksonville. 100. Lawrence pumps it up in the air. Wow. Incomplete. That ball was completely up for grabs.
And what you want to do with the football when the blitz is coming right at you. Watch, but sometimes you just have to eat it to not put the ball in harm's way. Jaguars very lucky.
It's a run. Not much of a lane for ETN, and he is swamped.
They're pushing themselves close to field goal range again here.
That's where the trauma builds. ETN even dunks down the field, and you're in field goal range with this guy.
Yeah, I mean, they're at a 73-yarder right now if they were to kick it.
3rd down at 17 for the Jaguars. 5.5 to go in the 3rd. They lead by 13. And then running with the football for the 1st down. Johnny Munt makes it happen.
Bullock just unable to make the tackle. The Texans came in with a 16.7% missed tackle rate, which is the high. The athleticism to keep on his feet and get that extremely improbable 1st down and keep the drive alive.
And they've been without Brenton Strange. Lawrence out of the pocket. He was trying to find De'Ami Brown, but Derek Stingley Jr. was there.
With a lot of air time and guys able to get close to the point of attack, and Brown.
.131 yards through the air. And a timeout call. Play clock was winding down. Saturday, 3:30 Eastern on Michigan State Spartans. All begins at 2:30. College football today, right here on CBS and streaming on Paramount. Washington, proud Penn State alum. That was a very tough pill to swallow yesterday.
Shout out to Wisconsin, getting a ranked win with our punter being our leading passer. Like, that's got to be the first.
2nd and 10 here for the Jaguars. They have 2 timeouts remaining. We have 4. Lawrence will throw. A laser beam is caught.
Al-Shaair in coverage here, and Trammell just does a great job looking like he's going to run it out and cutting it back, showing your leverage and taking advantage.
And he's back in Houston. He was a standout at Rice. And the Rams active rosters. Handoff to Jenkins for the Texans. In the AFC South, a loss would drop them to 3-6 on the season.
They will talk to Liam yesterday and heard him say, like, not in so many words, but we have a chance to end all hope for them.
Yes. Kalen Bullock makes the stop, but Jacksonville very much in business after the...
And Trevor sees it and hits him in perfect timing as he comes across the middle.
10th play of the drive, 1st and goal here for the Jaguars. That didn't work. None of it. To'o range is over.
It was a little behind and just not timed out well, and sometimes that's what happens when you get into a wildcat and you've got a guy with the snap. Things can get a little tricky.
So they absorb an 8-yard loss. Shotgun. Lawrence fakes on a run, floats it, incomplete.
Pass interference, defense number 39. Ball's placed at the spot of the foul.
They were going to end up. Trevor was throwing it outside. Allen was turning back in where the ball was placed and where the route was being run.
55 is eligible.
So that is Houston goal on the Houston 6. Extra offensive. Lawrence will operate from the gun. It's a handoff. ETN knifes his way for the...
And that's potentially a backbreaker right there. Just a simple handoff. You're going to see ETN's right here in the backfield. He's going to come back out the same side that he starts on. Offensive line does a good job. A 19-point lead, which could be a lot to overcome.
2-point try for the Jaguars. Lawrence, deep drop. So Jacksonville will have to settle for the 19-point cushion with 1:33 to play. Former NFL Commissioner Paul. The Texans now in a deep hole. And they just don't have the answer with the touchdown. Mills and Collins have a good connection. But all in all, it just hasn't been.
You're a Jaguars fan. You don't care what's happening on the other side. You play the schedule that's put in front of you, and you're currently up 20. You don't care how it looks. You just want to win football games, and they've been doing a good job of that all year long.
That's midfield, and they push the pile. I think that Nick Chubb who got the call.
Center and the right guard to create a huge hole for Chubb to run through and downhill. Just a running game here to get this thing back in action.
Try to place it in a spot, and stepping in front, Antonio Johnson. He was out of bounds when he caught it, but it just showed.
They have. This is a play they got hit on earlier in the game. The rollout with the 3 levels of receivers running.
Their defensive coordinator, Anthony Campanelli, in his first year as a DC. Mills will throw it underneath. Schultz this time secures it. And Jacksonville pointing.
They may have gotten it out at the very end. Now I think it was forward progress, which means you can't go back and look at it. Opportunities to get the ball back to their offense.
Final seconds of this third quarter. They needed 4 yards. They pick up 5. And that'll be the final play of this third quarter and lead in Houston. Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston Texans here at NRG Stadium. Jaguars snapped a 2-game losing streak last week with a win. And he gets spun down just shy of the 30-yard line. Tackle made by
run defense. So far today, that's 73 yards rushing for the Texans. Coming into today, that Jacksonville really good job at a couple of things. Stopping the run, getting takeaways.
They have held their opponents. That was well designed to Schultz, and they pick up the first down. 5 yards
today, allowing the fewest rushing yards per game in Jacksonville history. 86.9 defense. Nice chain on him too, I must say.
Yep. Added bonus. Gets away and then throws it away. Trayvon Walker has been awfully close.
Trayvon Walker, it's so hard when you're coming in on a quarterback and he sees you and you're completely unblocked to get after him. And I'm not 100% sure he was completely outside of the tackle box there when he whipped that one.
Shotgun. Mills gets rid of it quickly. Trying the catch and curl is Greg Newsome came over in that deal with Cleveland there to make sure. Third and short. Newsome, who was over there, incomplete. 4th down and 2.
He is, and Newsome says, I'll go out there and take a shot at it. So close to a free interception for him.
8-8-3. At some point, you're going to need the field goal, but the question, are you going to get this deep? Bill.
Second charge timeout of the half, Jacksonville. It will be 30 seconds.
So what's at stake today if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars? You're just trying to keep pace. Right now, they happen in the AFC. And even those division leaders, Indianapolis, Denver.
Year in this NFL, and I don't know if Liam Cohen's getting enough credit for what he's doing in Jacksonville. He's got him at implementing his identity and his playbook and everything that he wants this team to become. You would imagine that having them squarely in that playoff picture this early, and look forward, if you're a Jaguars fan, to seeing what he can do.
Down to 1 timeout remaining. The speedster Woody Marks is in there. Mills are going to throw it, and they're going to.
And then you talk about the other side for the Texans, Ian, and coming into this season, there were legitimate the first couple of years of D'Amico and CJ. So I think that's part of the reason why what's happening right now.
Absence been.
I think it's been huge, and I don't think it's been talked about a whole lot. He's the leader of that offense, part of the offense as well. So him not being out there, and obviously now CJ out and everything else that comes along with it, but right then what they hoped it would be. Texans fans saw a window. We know in the NFL, a rook that window is starting to come to an end in terms of that rookie contract.
2nd and 10 here for Houston. And here they are once again in the red zone. They did get a touchdown earlier, but this worst red zone touchdown percentage in the NFL. 31st in the league in that category. This is the 13th down. So D'Amico Ryans called it just as the play clock was expiring. Year 3 for D'Amico. He's had a ton of success. His personality, he expects week in and week out, and there's a clear buy-in. That hasn't changed. The results have.
Absolutely. Like you said, nobody in that locker room has any lack of belief in D'Amico Ryans and what he does. A change at the offensive coordinator position. Not that the offense was horrendous previously, but that they wanted that so far with the Nick Caley offense, and it hasn't looked the way that Houston Texans fans hoped it would.
3rd down and
It's going to clear out here, which opens a space for Higgins up top, and Mills puts it right on him in the end zone.
This has not been a highly successful 2-point conversion team either, going back the worst in the league.
They've overcome a couple of their boogeymen so far today. They scored on the goal line here. They're getting in.
Collins, he's got it. What kryptonite.
What a grab.
Being on the field pregame with my son and my wife was very special, and it's a memory that I'll have forever.
Houston getting all pumped up, trying to get back into this game. So Jacksonville not in the clear yet.
After the play, first down.
So penalty against the Jacksonville Jaguars. There's no reason for a forced fumble in that situation.
It's just habit. It's just habit. It might be a roughing the passer and today around the Rosie.
Oh, yeah. We all fall down.
He was having a blast out there. It was really
ETN. He slips through that hole and creates a 5-yard gain.
A heavy dose of Travis Etienne here in the fourth quarter, and he told us yesterday, just keep feeding me all game long. Just keep giving me the rock, and I will take care of it.
McCary is the injured Jaguar. For Cleveland out with Cole Van Lanen filling in at that left guard position. McCary came over.
Very random fact for you, Ian. I was at Patrick McCary's wedding.
That is very random. What would the connection be there?
Chicago. So we went to their wedding, and it was beautiful.
5 stars?
5 stars. Delicious.
Thought.
That's the only
every time.
Only thing I think of.
Pretty good gift by you?
No idea. Just remember the food. Very good.
Field. Danielle Hunter living up to his last name.
I don't want a heavy dose of Travis Etienne. Just blows up this play deep in the backfield before it hits here. This is a big third down in their own territory for the Jaguars.
McCary is back in there. It's A for the Jaguars by any measure. Deep drop. Lawrence steps up, and Lawrence is tossed.
Danielle Hunter was in a drought coming into the detonator. Matt Burke and Hunter up the middle, right in Trevor's face, nowhere to go.
Third to the day for Logan Cook as the Jaguars get pinned deep in their own territory. Thing lets it bounce. It goes in the air, starts to roll. Jacksonville will touch it right around the 49-yard line. That's on NFL on CBS doubleheader with early action headlined by outstanding matchup, the Buccaneers and the Bills. It all begins at noon Eastern. The NFL today, you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and streaming on
the 2 edge rushers for the Jaguars. Josh Hines-Allen yesterday told us this is a battle of our D-lines, ours versus theirs.
Nico Collins is a magician.
He's sandwiched, and Davis Mills puts it in the perfect spot, and Collins makes the perfect catch.
9.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. They pick up 5 yards. We check in with Evan.
And guys, just to keep an eye on this defense for Jackson, a 3-and-out punt. So you can see guys, especially the bigger guys, JJ, as you know, in a place that's not necessarily cool down.
I know exactly what you mean, Evan. That's a very legitimate discussion.
Terrific move by
for a 13-play drive, and then you go over thinking you're going to have some time to catch your breath and get some Gatorade, and then you're right.
Nobody is really arguing with you on that. Felton Mills is going to throw one to the end zone, just over the outstretched.
Open on a great corner route, had leverage on the DB, and the ball was just a little.
Johnson was back there. Stops the clock, 8:22 remaining. Mills throws it, the catch. The curl by Higgins.
You're getting interesting territory here because it's 3rd down and 3. Do you create this 4-down territory because you're so close to the end zone?
There. One, and they use a timeout.
And D'Amico Ryans is frustrated by
off in time.
And those are going to become very valuable timeouts here if this game gets any closer.
It was really close.
That was a very, very close one there. I don't know if they get that off. He has to. Those 2 timeouts could be as this game comes down to the end.
Texans now have 325 yards of offense, They have held Jacksonville to under.
One-on-one up top here.
Touchdown! Dalton Schultz walking the tightrope.
This is another example of extremely tight coverage, but the ball is put where on the end line. That way only your man can get it. And this is that concept executed to perfection. That ball.
Davis Mills had the time to work through his progressions and find Schultz. And it's intercepted. So the step in by Montarik Buster Brown. Texans have not only made this interesting on the State Farm postgame show. It all. The Jaguars lead is down to 5. Tootin on the return. 45-yard line by Miles Bryant on special teams. That's a 42-yard return. Seemingly in control, but thanks to the play of Nico Collins, some brilliant games, over 100 yards. Houston down by as many as 19. The rush is on. Spin move out of trouble, and Lawrence will take it to the sideline. Gets out of it.
Toa coming off the edge there. Just needs to go to the upfield shoulder. Could have been a sack, turns into a little game.
On the season. It's an inside handoff. ETN direction. Liam Cohen's team in punt return for a touchdown, receiving touchdown. Mills, shaky start with the interception. First possession of the timeout remaining. Lawrence on a 3rd and 4. That ball gets deflected.
Al-Shaair was spying Trevor Lawrence there. One of the issues the Texans have had in some of these close games is that he stands right in the middle and jumps up to knock down the ball.
So it will be back-to-back 3-and-outs for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They put a rush on, could have take over with 6:10 on the clock. 42-yard punt. NFL Today update.
Score as the Bears take the lead. That's 2 touchdowns for Chicago in 2 minutes and 9 seconds. 24-20 Bears.
You're on the first-year head coach Liam Cohen. We've seen it with Ben Johnson and the jolt that he's given to the Chicago Bears.
They want things done, but if you can get some ugly wins along the way, it certainly helps.
He's into the secondary, and fortunate for Houston that it's incomplete.
Wow, that was very dangerous to dive and try and get a hand on it. But Evan mentioned it earlier. That's back-to-back 3-and-outs, and that sideline to catch their breath.
Mills will work out a gun, fake it, and now for Houston, deep in its own territory. Mills has put the ball in the air 40 times.
Putting the ball in Davis Mills' hands 40 times. But that's where we're at. Great job by Walker out of the hands of Schultz.
It's a 3rd down and 10 for Houston. 6:02 on the clock. Big gain of 21 yards.
Schultz, which allows him to get past him, and Mills put it on him.
With Blake Fisher. Clock is moving, 5:25 to go.
Texans still have obviously plenty. Try and open up that play action pass off of the run. Create easy throws for Davis Mills.
Hey, alert!
Mark stays in there.
23, 18,
And then near the 40 for a first down. It's a gain of 6.
Jake Andrews and Juice Scruggs opening up a hole there for Marks. A little double team on the.
We're going to hit the 4-minute mark of this 4th quarter. Driven down after picking up 5 yards. Kalen Saunders, the 7-year veteran, in on that hit.
And if they can continue to get that, they have no problem marching the ball down the field 5 yards at a time with 3.
This running game has slowly started to hit for Houston. At midfield. That's a first down.
To his body immediately because he could feel the defender's hand around his chest. So he kept it in his hands away from it.
Rookie out of Iowa State moves the chains. Under 3 minutes to go. He shreds this Jacksonville defense.
Brent Brown and Drew Scruggs. Great job getting pushed off the line. Then Scruggs comes off. And Chubb takes advantage in there. If you're a Jacksonville fan, you see the hands behind him and say, hey, that looks like a hold to me.
It's Chubb. Stiff arm. And Chubb is wrestled down. Jeshing in New York scores. Highlights all coming up on the State Farm postgame show. Trailing 29-24. 2 minutes to go. 2nd and 3. Throw. He does over the middle. It is incomplete. It caromed off of Schultz.
Great defense by Wingard there just to get his hand across and in front and put it through the static hand through the breadbasket because that's what makes it tough to catch. Really nice job there by Wingard.
And now it's a little pop to Marks. The rookie Woody Marks, they wanted to take advantage of that, running some outside zone, getting him to the perimeter. It works.
They wrap Ursery out around the edge to lead the way for Marks for the first down.
Clock continues to roll. Incomplete. Flag down. Kirk the intended target. Jones the defender.
I mean, I'm looking at that, and that's.
It is Jarian Jones.
Left hand of Christian Kirk down with his right hand. But I'm just being honest, and a guy who's seen a lot of football. That's frustration there if you're Jones. I can also understand the elation if you're a Texans fan.
So they place the ball at the and the play is whistled down. Marks took it into the end zone. Flag was thrown immediately.
5-yard penalty, first down.
And it's the veteran who won a Super Bowl with New England, Trent Brown, getting the.
And this has been a killer for the Texans on the goal line this year. Penalties so much more difficult when it's already been difficult for him down there.
So give it to Marks. He tries that shake and bake. And 2 on the play. They whistle it dead. Clock is rolling. 1 minute left. 2nd and goal for Houston. Situations. And a jump on the left side. Ursery, the rookie. 39 seconds to play.
That was an everybody but the center situation.
And the question is whether
it be Liam Cohen the one who's trying to preserve that time.
Full start. The game clock will start on the snap.
So they declined the 10-second runoff. They call it on Patterson. They were
the 2-yard line now to the 15.
It started on my snap. Thank you. On my signal.
Alex Moore's signal.
The clock will start on the snap.
Nico Collins, he had multiple bodies defending him in the area. It's 3rd and goal.
Puts it just a little bit too low. Some contact there as well, sir.
Now 3rd and goal for Houston. 37 seconds on the clock.
What a rush, Walker.
Steps up, he's gonna run! Mills looking for the pylon! He's got the end! The unlikeliest of scores, it's Mills with his legs to
clearly in here, but he outran Walker all the way to the end zone. Walker with an like you said, Ian, the most unlikely of ways for that to happen.
Stands. 2-second game clock
Are basically trying to save their season. They're 3-5. Mills loses it and then just jumps on top of it. They never up by 1. And Jacksonville has the most dangerous kicker in the NFL on their side.
Don't discount. We talked all day a little bit about Nick Caley and the offense and not being what they want. This is what it looked like for the Texans in the fourth quarter. It's unlikely for them to be able to come back, but the belief and the offense.
167 yards for Houston in the fourth. Jacksonville has got 2 yards.
He's left here and 1 timeout, so Trevor Lawrence has a chance to go out and answer.
The Houston Texans are 0-5 in one-score games. Kick by Wright. Return man is Tootin. It's the 35. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and the future of America's family, plus Sheriff Country tonight. CBS Sunday.
What I want you to watch on, see if they put a spy on Trevor Lawrence to make sure he can't pick up yards, because they don't need many to get in the field goal.
He's devoured!
Danielle Hunter, number 4.
Third and final team.
Danielle Hunter is not human.
Today having a drought, and ends the day with at least 3.5, possibly 4 sacks.
With the Texans comeback. Lawrence will operate from the gun. Deep drop. Ducks out of bounds as he hits the 45.
I told you, that's where the Texans have had issues this year. Trevor Lawrence takes full advantage, and it's man coverage behind, so all the DBs are looking at their receivers, not back. That's the kryptonite right now of the #1 defense in the NFL.
13 seconds left.
No timeouts.
Lawrence on the move. Flag is penalty marker at the 39. Edoga, the extra offensive lineman.
In the face, and just a killer of a penalty. Not only because of...
The Texans have outscored the Jaguars 20-0 in the fourth quarter. To be realistic, and they have no timeouts remaining. So they have to get the yardage and then get out of bounds. Houston takes a timeout.
And you're going to see what you call orange coverage for outside leverage or bounds. They don't care if this pass is completed in bounds. 7 seconds is not enough to complete it in bounds and get up there.
They were down by 21. 7 seconds remain. Last week, 68-yard field goal. He made a 70-yarder and no timeouts remaining on either side. Texans are trying to save their season.
See everybody protecting the perimeter out.
And it's over! Will Anderson Jr. gets there! The ball pops in the air and the Texans come from behind. Final cherry on top of the sundae.
Wow. Wow, wow. They protected the sideline. Will Anderson gets home, and Rankins takes it home for the
26-0 in the fourth quarter.